Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good morning I bet to all the panels. My name is Muhammad Najmi bin Majdan and my student ID is 2019801566. Today I will present about my proposal presentation for my final year project. The title for my final year project is Engineering Control Design of a Portable Fumes Extractor for Welding Class. First of all, I want to introduce my supervisor who is IR Dr. Noria binti Yusuf. So let's start the presentation. For the first slide, I will talk about the introduction. Nowadays, welders have not concerned with their own safety and health, especially during welding. In Malaysia, there has been many incidents that had been reported that caused by the lack of awareness of the welders in terms of their safety and health while carrying out their work. Despite that, welding guidelines have been formulated and published as guidelines for the welders and the welding industry. In 1943, this type of code was used in connection with safe practices during welding. In the guidelines, welders need to emphasize safe work practice while doing welding, and the Act protects welders as well as other peoples around. Safe work practices are nurtured since it can provide goods, benefits, and advantages as well as provide the awareness of importance of health and safety at the workplace. Arc welding will produce smoke and gas, and it will be very dangerous for the health of the welder. Prolonged exposure to the welding fume may cause lung damage and various types of cancer that includes lung, larynx, and the urinary tract. Health effects from certain fumes may include metal fume fever, stomach ulcers, kidney damage, and nervous system damage. In conclusion, health and safety is a very important element in achieving the objectives of the work required. For the problem statements, I had identified four problems that are contributing in the needs of producing the portable welding fumes extractor. The first problem is the difficulty in installing the ventilation system. It is caused by the air suction factor that is difficult to install, and it will cause the ventilation system does not occur in the workplace. This is due to the narrow and complex workspace that cause the vacuum cleaner to fail to be installed. The second problem is to have a good ventilation system while doing the work. Having a good ventilation system is very necessary because it will remove the fumes from welding and it will protect the health of the welder. The third problem is the expensive cost and narrow workspace. The current fumes extractor are normally used in heavy industry such as the factory. The size of the current fumes extractor is big and it consumes a lot of money just to buy them. For small welding business, it will be burden to them and they cannot afford to buy the fumes extractor. The last problem is the limitation in movement. Because of the size of the welding fumes extractor and the hose of the fumes extractor is not long enough, it will limit the movement. For my project, I will add tires so that the portable fumes extractor can be moved freely. For the objectives for my portable welding fumes extractor, I have three objectives. The first one is to design the portable welding fumes extractor for small and simple welding tasks. The portable welding fumes extractor will be very useful especially for small welding business in order to help them to do welding work at their place. The second objective for my project is to fabricate the smoke extractor prototype that able to assist the welder for use during welding. And the last objective is to test the functionality of portable welding fumes extractor as an ergonomic product for welders. Next is the scope of study. For my portable welding fumes extractor, I have three scope of study. The first one is the implementation from the aspect of safety and health of welder during the welding. In this project, I focuses more on this aspect because the welders is exposed to danger while they are welding. It is because the welding fumes can affect the health of the welders. Prolonged exposure to the welding fumes can cause long-term health issues for the welders. The second scope of study is focused on welders who work in small-scale workshop and welding site. This project will provide small-scale welding business with a product that is very beneficial and can protect them while they are welding. And the last scope of study is the functionality of the equipment used by the welder during the welding. In order for me to create an ergonomic product for welders, I have to make sure that the product that I have produced is functioned well. For the literature review, I had done some research by reading and searching some journals and books in order to help me with my final year project. From the research that I had made, I had identified three subtopics that can help me with my final year project. The first subtopic is about welding smoke absorbers. According to Examiner and Ryan 2000, smoke absorbers during the welding process are an important element during the welding. Every welding process must have a smoke extractor to create rotation on the air in the workplace. This is because the smoke emitted during the welding has particles that can adversely affect the welder. Therefore, smoke inhalers are an important thing to remove harmful welding fumes from welders. According to him again, a spacious workplace as well as good ventilation are essential to remove welding fumes and gases. If the smoke inhaler is not working properly, then the smoke and gas cannot be removed from the workplace. This can cause harm to the welder. Another method that can be used to replace a smoke inhaler is by using approved respiratory equipment. According to Johan Nagara 2012, many factors contribute to the occurrence of accidents, including negligence, fatigue, exhaustion, failure to control equipment, damage to equipment used, and lack of knowledge in safety. The problem is difficult to overcome due to the lack of consumer awareness about the importance of health and safety. The next topic is on welding smoke effect on welder. According to Kearns 1978, arc welding will produce smoke and gas. The gas is very dangerous to the health of the welder. Smoke resulting from the welder process can lower down the oxygen level of the welder, causing the welder to suffer from shortness of breath and even death. According to Zulfikar and Hassan 2017, welding work that emits welding fumes can adversely affect the welder, especially their respiratory as well as physical parts. Ultraviolet radiation is radiation generated from electricity resulting from the welding process. Ultraviolet radiation that produces UV radiation has a very strong effect on users, especially on the eyes, even with the use of eye protection. The eye effects resulting from this UV radiation can be seen over a long period. In addition, this UV radiation can also harm the exposed skin of the welder. According to Osman 2002, intense visible light can have a detrimental effect on welders if they do not wear eye protection. Exposure of the human eye to the light, the latter can have adverse effects, especially eye disorders, pupillary light reflex, and eye shadows. The last subtopic is about the problem of lack of smoke absorber during welding. According to Department of Occupational Safety and Health 2014, the use of smoke extractors among small to medium industries is very low nowadays. This is because the industry feels the use of smoke extractors in workshops is not important. According to Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994, There are many adverse effects on the welder if you do not use a smoke extractor while performing the welding process. There are also constraints that cause smoke extractors to fail to be installed in such workshops. The welder will be directly exposed to weld fumes due to poor ventilation. Smoke from the welding activities has a lot of adverse effect on welders. Next is the methodology. This is the flowchart for my portable welding fumes extractor. For phase 1, research analysis will be done by identifying the problem, collecting information, and generating ideas. Then it will move to phase 2, where sketch will be produced through information gathered and selection of appropriate design. After that, the component will be analyzed, such as type of material, installation position, and packaging. In phase 3, the product function will be explained. If it get rejected, improvement will be made, and after that, evaluation will be made to check whether it will be accepted or not. If the product is accepted, the data and needs will be analyzed, and lastly, conclusion and recommendation will be made based on the design, function, and material used. For my portable welding films extractor, I had created a picture to help me to select a design for my product. The picture is created based on the information gained from the literature review. Based on the information gathered, I had came up with 3 proposed designs, and I compared all of them in the picture. Score will be given to each design based on the characteristic and the suitability. These are 3 proposed designs that I had came out for my portable welding fumes extractor. The designs were created based on the information gathered from the literature review. For the first design is design A. Design A is consists of hose, S-section body, suction head, 230 volt powered motor, body and tires holder, and tires. For design B, it consists of 230 volt powered motor, S-section body, S-section head, S-section foot, S-section tail. And the last design is design C. Design C is consists of S-section body, 230 volt powered motor, hollow steel feet, and exhaust fan. This is the picture for my project. As we can see in this picture, the 3 designs, design A, design B, and design C, is being compared. The score will be given based on its criteria. Based on the chart, the best score is coming from the design A. It is according to its characteristic and suitability. Design B and design C is not chosen because of the difficulty to handle them. So, for my product, the chosen design is design A. This is the chosen design for my product, which is design A. The characteristic of design A. Design A uses electrical power on a 230 volt powered motor as a smoke extractor. The S-section motor has 2 types, namely single phase or 3-phase. In design A, there is a hose used to remove weld fumes from the welding workpiece. Design A also uses heavy-duty type tires to facilitate movement from one place to another. Body on design A, there has an adjustment to the welder to raise or lower the exhaust body. And lastly, for the air suction system, power is channeled to a motor located in the middle of the body. Next is the expected result. Based on the ongoing process of my portable welding fumes extractor, I accept that my product can be delivered for small welding store for simple tasks because they only have to spend low cost for the product. The next one is an easy to handle portable fumes welding extractor can assist welders to do welding, especially in narrow space due to its small size, and it can be installed at the welding place. And the last expected result that I want to see is the features of the product will help to increase the work quality of the worker and the production. This is the project planning, or we call Gantt chart, for my portable welding fumes extractor. As we can see, it took me 14 weeks to complete all the tasks for final year project 1 for this semester. For the references, this is all the books and journals that I had found and referred for my portable welding fumes extractor. A total of 19 books and journals were found to assist me with my final year project. The project summary for my portable welding fumes extractor is: this project is about fumes extractor to be utilized for small-scale welding business. In Malaysia, especially, the small-scale welding operators are not very cautious about the safety and health issue pertaining to the welding fumes. It is also can be used to weld in complex and narrow spaces. This project aims to propose a user-friendly and portable fumes extractor. That's all for me. Thank you.